Today, we remember the life and legacy of Lorna Raver, a gifted actress whose talent, grace, and unforgettable presence left an indelible mark on the worlds of film, television, and theater. Best known for her chilling portrayal of Mrs. Sylvia Ganush in Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell, Lorna Raver's career spanned decades, touching audiences in ways both haunting and deeply human. Born on October 9, 1943, in York, Pennsylvania, Lorna's love for performance began in the intimate setting of the Hedgerow Theater. From these humble beginnings, she made her way to New York City, where she graced off-Broadway stages in acclaimed productions like Last Days of the Dixie Girl Cafe and Between Daylight and Boonville. Lorna's acting journey eventually led her to Los Angeles, where she built a remarkable television career. Her credits included appearances in Grey's Anatomy, The Practice, Boston Legal, Desperate Housewives, and Gilmore Girls. Each role, whether large or small, carried her unmistakable depth and authenticity. In daytime television, she became known to millions as Rebecca Kaplan in The Young and the Restless, a portrayal filled with emotional weight and quiet strength. But it was in 2009 that Lorna would deliver her most iconic performance. As Mrs. Ganush in Drag Me to Hell, she embodied a character both tragic and terrifying. Critics hailed her as unforgettable, with the New York Times calling her gleefully disgusting, and Variety praising her as a memorable villain. What began as an unexpected role in the horror genre became a career-defining moment, cementing her in cinema history. Beyond the screen, Lorna was also an acclaimed audiobook narrator, earning numerous awards for her voice work. Her gift for storytelling extended far beyond what the eye could see, touching listeners through the intimacy of sound. Off-stage and off-camera, she shared her life with her partner, Yuri Rasovsky, until his passing in 2012. Friends and colleagues remember her as a woman of quiet dignity, warmth, and intelligence, a stark contrast to the formidable characters she often played. On May 12, 2025, Lorna Raver passed away at the age of 81. Her departure marks the end of a remarkable chapter in entertainment, but her performances, her voice, and her artistry will live on. As we bid farewell, we honor a career that proved character actors could be just as unforgettable as leading stars. Lorna Raver's work reminds us that sometimes the most lasting impact comes from those who step into the shadows and bring them vividly to life. Her performances were not always the loudest or the most heavily promoted, but they were the ones that stayed with you, the ones you found yourself remembering long after the credits rolled. Whether she was playing a hardened matriarch, a compassionate figure, or a chilling antagonist, she carried an authenticity that made each role feel like a fully lived-in human being, not just a character on a page. In an industry that often chases youth and trends, Lorna's career was a testament to perseverance, craft, and dedication. She did not arrive in Hollywood with overnight fame. Instead, she built her legacy brick by brick, moving from small theater productions to off-Broadway acclaim, and eventually to the vast world of television and film. Each step was deliberate, grounded in a love for storytelling rather than a hunger for the spotlight. It is perhaps this very humility, this focus on the work itself, that made her so magnetic on screen. Lorna's colleagues often spoke of her as a consummate professional. She came to set prepared, deeply immersed in her role, and respectful of everyone involved, from fellow actors to crew members. Her presence elevated those around her, not through intimidation, but through quiet example. She understood that storytelling was a collective act, and she valued the contributions of every hand that helped bring a scene to life. Of course, to many, Lorna will forever be remembered for her unforgettable turn as Mrs. Sylvia Ganush in Sam Raimi's 2009 horror masterpiece, Drag Me to Hell. In that role, she transformed into a figure both pitiable and terrifying, a woman wronged, desperate, and driven to supernatural vengeance. It was a performance that transcended genre expectations, earning her praise from critics and audiences alike. For horror fans, she became an icon. For actors, she became proof that a supporting role could dominate a film's legacy. Yet, even with the attention the role brought her, she never sought to capitalize on fame for fame's sake. She returned, quietly, to her work, moving fluidly between mediums and characters with the same dedication she had always shown. Outside of her film work, Lorna's voice became a source of comfort and connection for countless listeners. As an audiobook narrator, she brought stories to life with nuance and emotion, drawing listeners into worlds both real and imagined. Her narration was praised for its clarity, warmth, and ability to capture the heart of a narrative without overshadowing it. She understood pacing, tone, and the subtle art of letting words breathe, a skill that mirrored her approach to acting on screen and stage. But beyond the accolades and professional accomplishments, those who knew Lorna personally describe her as a deeply kind and generous soul. She had an unassuming way of making people feel seen and valued, whether they were lifelong friends or strangers she met in passing. Her relationship with her partner, Yuri Rosovsky, until his passing in 2012, was one of mutual respect and creative support. A love built on shared passions and a profound understanding of each other's artistic spirit. Her passing on May 12, 2025, at the age of 81, has left a void not only in the entertainment community, but in the hearts of those who were touched by her work and her presence. The grief felt by her peers is matched only by the gratitude for the body of work she leaves behind. A portfolio that spans decades and genres, yet is united by the thread of truth she wove into every performance. In reflecting on her career, it becomes clear that Lorna's artistry lay in her ability to disappear into a role without losing the essence of herself. She never played a part on the surface. She inhabited it fully, allowing audiences to see the complexities, flaws, and humanity of each character. This is perhaps why her performances remain so memorable. They were not just portrayals, they were living, breathing moments captured on film. Her legacy also challenges how we, as audiences, define success in the arts. While leading actors often receive the most recognition, it is frequently the supporting players, the ones who add depth, contrast, and authenticity, that give a story its weight. Lorna's career is a reminder that greatness in acting is not measured by the size of a role, but by the truth one brings to it. She showed us that a well-crafted character, no matter how small the screen time, can leave an impact as strong as any lead performance. As the news of her passing spreads, tributes are pouring in from fans, co-stars, and critics alike. Social media is filled with clips from her most beloved roles, heartfelt anecdotes from those lucky enough to work alongside her, and expressions of sorrow from viewers whose lives she touched without ever meeting them. It is a testament to the quiet yet powerful way she built her career by connecting moment by moment with the audience. In the days to come, her absence will be felt acutely, but her influence will remain. Students of acting will study her performances to understand the art of subtlety and depth. Horror enthusiasts will revisit Drag Me to Hell with renewed appreciation for the complexity she brought to Mrs. Ganush, and audiobook lovers will return to her narrations, finding comfort in the sound of her voice, as though she were still here, guiding them through another story. Thank you, Lorna, for sharing your gift with the world. You will not be forgotten. You leave behind a legacy that speaks not only to your talent, but to your integrity, kindness, and unwavering dedication to the craft. In honoring you, we honor all the artists who work tirelessly in the background, whose contributions form the backbone of the stories we cherish. Your life reminds us that fame is fleeting, but authenticity endures. You proved that an actor's worth is not in the number of lines they speak, but in the truth they bring to each one. Though you have taken your final bow, the echoes of your work will continue to inspire, teach, and move audiences for generations to come. Rest in peace, Lorna Raver. May the next stage you walk upon be as rich, warm, and full of light as the many you graced here on earth. And may we who remain carry forward the lessons you taught us, not just about acting, but about living with grace, passion, and sincerity.